Continuing to go through the news as I do, found this article about bird flu spreading into other parts of the food chain, which I found to be very interesting, and specifically a shout out to a couple of people to get chickens. You know who you are, Rick. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're going to talk about the chicken culling that has taken 125 million poultry birds since 2022. 125 million. I raised some chickens. I've got a few chickens. There's only a couple of them left. They're a couple of old hens now, a couple of old crones. But they're good little chickens. And they have produced for me thousands of eggs, and this is not an exaggeration. From the 4 chickens I have gotten thousands of eggs. And the boys love eggs. Both the boys love eggs. And they're clearly trying to make scarce a key supply of protein in our food supply. Now they're claiming it's going into dairy products, that it's going into milk, that the bird flu is going into cows and is starting to go into the human, starting to mutate into humans, that it's one transformation short of humans. Live in fear, essentially. You know the routine. But that's not what this is about. This is about getting some chickens, setting aside a garden plot. If you live in a sandy soil, find foods that can survive in a sandy soil. If you live in wonderful, beautiful soil like what I have, I've got some of the best soil on earth here. It's black for feet deep. It's so wonderful. It even smells beautiful. When I had my septic system put in, they had to dig down, and all we got to was black dirt. It's black dirt all the way down. It's so beautiful. You can grow anything here. I have apple trees out there that 3 years in are producing full-size apples already. It's wonderful. But I have chickens. I've had little chickens. Get chickens. This upcoming spring, go to your farm store. If they have chicks, get chicks. Egg layers. You're not looking for meat chickens. Well, maybe a few. But mostly egg layers. Because in 6 months, eggs are going to be falling from the sky. You'll be giving them to the neighbors, and you will be sitting pretty on all the protein you could possibly want. My old girl chickens, they don't produce eggs like they used to anymore. They're just pets now. And I am now reconsidering my thought that after they depart, to get some new chicks. To get some new chicks and restart a flock. And I think I'm going to do it. Just because with the egg price is going to be what they're going to be. And the boys eating eggs the way they do. Especially Levi now. There's no reason not to get some more chicks and flock 2.0. No reason not to. And there's no reason we shouldn't be doing a flock south. You know what I mean? You know who I'm talking to here. Let's get that flock going. And for everyone else, if you're able to, get little chickens. They're fun. They're so fun. If you live in a climate that isn't Minnesota, half the year they take care of themselves. They take care of themselves. All you got to do is make sure that they're in a place where the fox can't get them at night. That's it. Other than that, they take care of themselves. If you live in a climate where you don't have to worry about them freezing to death at night, all year round, they are the most hands-free, easy to maintain livestock animal you'll ever find. And if one gets sick or injured, chicken. Yeah. With the way that they're culling flocks, and they're going to start culling herds of cattle. I don't expect anyone to start getting cows or goats or anything in their backyards, but if you do have the ability to get chickens, do it. You'll be surprised where chickens are actually legal to have. I did not know that in the city of St. Paul. In the city of St. Paul, Minnesota, you are allowed to have chickens in your backyard. I wouldn't be surprised if a city like Blaine or Mounds View were able to do the same thing, where you're able to have little chickens in your yard. Only a certain amount. But I can tell you, as somebody who only had 4, that those 4 chickens produced thousands of eggs, and that is not an exaggeration by any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. Thousands of eggs. Check your local zoning laws. It's worth checking out. If you can have chickens, they're fun. If you get the right kind, they love to be held. Mine don't like to be held. They're not that kind. They love me, but they don't like to be held. They like to be petted, but not held. Some chickens are just like little puppies and love to be held. Love it. But they produce eggs. Eggs are one of nature's most perfect proteins. And as all of this cholesterol crap finally goes to the wayside and we find out that the egg is the perfect form of protein and has all kinds of things that the body needs, for free is a great price. And if you're not able to have them for free, you know what? The price of feed is real cheap. It's real cheap if you have to feed them. And, with mine, I have to feed them in the wintertime. In the summer, I don't have to feed them a damn thing. I do, but that's because they love the mealworms that I get as a treat. I literally go and I get them bags of mealworms as farm treats, and they love it. And a happy chicken produces lots and lots of eggs, I can tell you that. So if you have the ability and the means to go and get chickens, with the way they're culling flocks and the way they're pushing this avian flu into all aspects of our food chain, you need to be as self-sufficient and self-reliant as possible. Some backyard chickens. Some window box sprouts. I did window box sprouts a couple years ago. They grew like crazy. You chop them and they grow again. You chop them, they grow again. Wonderful. Easy to grow, right in your window box, right behind your sink. Behind my sink. Easy to do. Super easy to do. If you've got at least a little bit of land, do a garden, even if it's like around a trailer or whatever in a trailer park. Do watermelons or something around the edge. Do carrots, onions. Onions are a good one. Asparagus especially. If you can grow asparagus never goes away. If it can survive the first year, asparagus is there for life. And my chickens will eat the asparagus too. So it's a nice little circle of life. But with that, that's all I got. I do appreciate it. Thank you. And I appreciate you for stopping in and listening to me ramble today. Get some chickens.